Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, and welcome to week 6 of the UGBC. This is the team building episode for week 6, as you guys probably reckon from the title of the episode. But this week we're up against Maine of the San Antonio Espurrs for the second time. So we're kind of looping back through the fixtures that we've previously fought. The people we've already fought against. For the second half of the season. So at the halfway point, we're 4-1. We're tied top of our division, and if we can kind of replicate that performance again going into going into the second half of the season, we should make playoffs. We should. We should. I'm not. But at the same time, though, that's a tough task, especially with the competition in our division. And Meng, who we're up against this week, should have won the first game. He just got crippled by hacks. It wasn't fair. It was cruel. It was cruel on him. But I am afraid of his. I am afraid of his team. His team is a really good check to mine. And I think it is going to be tough. It's going to be very tough to beat him. And he proved last time out that he's an exceptionally good battler. So yeah, let's get down into it. And I'll go through why I picked this team this time, and what's the strategy, and what kind of beats what. I'm a little bit worried about this game. I think like I said, his team is a great check. His team, actually, I'll mention out to you now. It's Mega Metagross, Clefable, Latias, Infernape, Roserade, Tentacruel, Jolteon, Cinccino, Sigilif, Haunter, Stalk, and Lantern. So he's got a very well-rounded team, a very well-rounded team. That's and it does a lot to us. The Metagross, it can stop us right in our tracks, especially if it gets rock polish up. It's a petrified asset. The Clefable is a great wall. The Latias did a number on us on our Megazord X the last time in week 1. Infernape's fantastic. Roserade, Tentacle give it a nice little bit of bulk. Jolteon is so fast, it's lethal. You know, he's got such great, he's got a good team with good synergy. But I think the team we built should be okay. It should be okay, and I think we might steal it. I know I'm not expecting like a 5-0 or 6-0 or 4-0. I'm expecting this to go down to 1 or 2-0 if we do sneak it. So let's get into the team very quick. Straight off the bat, I knew I couldn't bring defensive Jirachi this time, because we brought defensive Jirachi last time, and he will see it a mile away. He will know. He will prepare for a defensive Jirachi, and I won't be able to pull off what I did last time with the berry and the T-wave on the Mega Metagross, and essentially crippling that. So I won't get away with it. So I'm going to have to. So I decided I'll go with a different approach to the Jirachi. And I don't know why that says like that, because I want max attack. I want max attack, and I'll put the rest into. And I want max speed. What is going on? Physical scrap. Yeah, I said physical scrap to begin with. But I wanted to bring Starman, because Starman it does a lot against his team. And looking at it again, I realized that a Scarf Jirachi does a lot to his team. The Clefable doesn't want to deal with it. The Latias, if it's not Scarf, isn't a huge fan of it. A Zen Headbutt on the Infernape. Infernape doesn't want to handle it. Same with the Roserade. Same with the Tentacruel. Same with the Haunter. Same with the Sock. So you kind of see where I'm coming at here. It can really kind of dent a hole in the team, and it can sweep if we wear down those threats properly. It's going to be it covers so much. Especially with Iron Head and Zen Headbutt, it covers so much. So I figured this was the way to go. I'll put U-turn on it to give us a little bit of initiative as well, if it's to get up and out if we see a switch coming and we don't know what's going to be. And then I put Body Slam on it in case he decides I'm going to go in with the Metagross here and I'm going to wreck someone or wreck something, and I Body Slam it and I happen to get the power, because Starman is a hacks machine with Serene Grace. Is it 30% chance to paralyze the target, and then it's doubled, so 6% chance to paralyze the target. Like, if he sees me rocking out with the Body Slam and the Scarf, like, he will not be wanting to come in on Starman at all. He'd be very, very hesitant to do so. So I think Starman's going to be very much a huge win con. And it's not going to be the case where it's going to be a win condition to actually win us, like that we need to hold on to the very end. It's going to be the thing that we need to use to wear down the opposition, to get rid, hopefully to get rid of the Clefable, possibly finish off the Infernape, get rid of the Roserade if we need to, the Tentacruel, etc. Just something that can actually work around his team and some of his like higher tier threats. So that's the reason behind the Scarf Jirachi. I'm hoping it puts in the work. I really want to put in the work. Scared, obviously, of his team, but I think the Scarf Jirachi will put in plenty of work. Then after that, I figured I still wanted a bit more speed. I wanted a bit of natural speed, and I decided to go with Heliolisk. And I decided to go to Heliolisk because Heliolisk naturally outspeeds the Infernape, so the Infernape will have to be scarfed, and we can kill it with a Surf. Dark Pulse is great, and it should put a hole into the Mega Metagross if it comes in, especially before Megas. Tentacruel doesn't want to take it. Sigilyph doesn't want to take it. Haunter doesn't want to take a Dark Pulse from this thing. Lantern with Voltage Orb is a bit of an issue. That kind of was this thing a little bit because we're not rocking the we don't have the Grass Knot this week, but I don't see him bring the Lantern. He might do because I've been bringing Heliolisk a lot, and if he does, I know we don't really have a great counter to it because we're not bringing Tangrowth this week, but I think we should be fine between the Cofigurus and Weezing. Should be able to kind of work around it and potentially defeat it. So I kind of brought the Heliolisk along just to be able to bring a bit more speed, bring a bit more switch initiative. Another way to deal with the Infernape, another way to deal with the Latias on a switch, especially if it's not a max speed Latias, but you never know. Latias could be that offensive support and have the 192 speed, or could have max speed, or it could be just pure bulk. I don't know, but it's another way of dealing with it. That was my main reason behind it. I decided to go Expert Belt this week instead of the Life Orb because I don't want this thing to be worn down. I have a feeling that I'm going to be bringing Heliolisk in and out a lot. I don't want this thing to be worn down. I want this thing to be able to hit what it has to hit very, very hard when it has to hit it, and that's it. I can see a switch. I can see the switch into Roserade for this thing and the Jolteon, and after that and Lantern. Those are his 3 switches to this Heliolisk, and after that he doesn't want to really switch into it. So it puts an awful lot of pressure on him. Has decent coverage, and hopefully he can put in a few dents onto his team and possibly sweep in late game. So I'm kind of really relying on Starman and Solar Panel here to put the offensive pressure on Meng and the Espurrs just and be able to wear down his team. The Clefable is still a huge issue for me, despite the fact that we have Starman. Clefable for me is just. I hate it. I hate it. I just downright hate Clefable. Every ounce of me just does not like Clefable. I think it's horrendous. I think it's awful. I just hate playing against this, really. And so I figured I need another answer for Clefable because he's bringing Clefable, no doubt about it. So I decided I'll bring Silk. And I said I'll bring Silk and I'll bring a physically defensive Silk because we all know how much of a monster this thing can be. And see, there's two things I'm a bit scared about with this thing, and that is he's our physical defensive wall, but he's not good against Mega Metagross. He is just flat out not good against Mega Metagross, and what we really need is what you see. The thing is, Mega Metagross can hit us once, and we can get the Willow off. So we really need that Willow to land. I want to go down the burn path this week instead of going down the power path last week because it's just too much variables with not too much variables, but it's a lot of luck, and I'm a bit fearful that the luck won't go with our side this time. So I want to Will-O-Wisp it and cripple it. I have the Sludge Wave there for a bit of stab and to be able to do with the Clefable because this will bring this thing on Clefable every time we see it. And then I have the Dark Pulse there to if he sees me going into Weezing and he sees a poison type attack coming, I want to Dark Pulse it. So I think the first move, obviously, if I'm in on Clefable, is the Willow. If he switches into Mega Metagross, and then after I've done the Willow and he sees the Willow coming, I can Dark Pulse and proceed to wear it down. So that's the plan. We can take one Psychic type hit from this thing, from the Metagross, and after that, we're done. Weezing can't do much after that, and we just have to be careful and play around it. This thing is also a great counter to the Infernape. It's a great counter to the Roserade, the Tentacruel, the Cinccino. If it's that skill link shenanigans, great counter to that. Sawk can't deal with this thing. So it's and it cripples Sawk with Will-O-Wisp as well. So I figured it was a great. I figured, despite the fact that our physical wall doesn't deal great with Metagross, we have to be very situational about how we play it. I think it did enough to the rest of the team, and we just have to be a bit more careful with how we play around Metagross, really. And if we can play around it correctly, we should be fine. So then, after that, I figured I'm going to bring Zardex, because aside of the Mega Metagross and aside of Latias, he doesn't want to deal with me. He doesn't want to deal with me and the Clefable. He doesn't want to deal with Zardex. He doesn't want to even deal with it at all. We can take a hit from this Clefable. If he's not if he hasn't set up with his Clefable, we can take a hit from this thing and proceed to kind of set up on it. It's something I haven't really done yet, is because we are part fire type, so we can't do it. So let's just double check that while we're here. Charizard. Let's OU Dragon Dance, and let's see Clefable, and I'm going to go Calm Mind Magic Guard. And I'm going to stick a 252 into the defense and bold. I want to just to create the worst case scenario. Like we set up, and we can cripple this thing. So we can set up and go +1. Sorry, +1, +1. We have a chance to OHKO. The Moonblast does 44% at that range if he's not set up. It's kind of like it's a free setup really, and if it could be the case where we just Flare Blitz straight away because he might switch into Latias expecting the setup, and if we can wear down the Clefable to the point where the Flare Blitz can come in and kill it, like what was it? Like 62%. If we can wear that down, like minimum 62%, if we can wear that down a little bit, then the Zardex can come in and just kill the Clefable off, and or he'll have to be forced to switch into something else. And we can kind of play around it, So I'm hope that's one scenario, that because we can't take it, we can't take the one hit, and even then, if we don't Mega Evolve, turn 1, how much do we normally do? Just a blank set. Let's just see. It does nothing to us, so we can not Mega Evolve turn 1, because that is the rules in this thing. We don't have to Mega Evolve turn 1, and yeah, it does nothing. It does nothing to us somehow. Let's just for the cut of it. What was it again? Sorry. What was it again? Charizard X. Sorry, no, guys. I know this isn't the easiest one, but just the cut of it. Yeah, it just changed. It does more damage. I don't understand why that is. Maybe what was our with F? It was 206 there before. Still 206. Yeah, because with fire, and it's not super fair. It's because it's not very effective because we're fire type. So that's we can actually just stay in and proceed to Dragon Dance on Clefable, and then Mega Evolve and just proceed to kill things. So that was kind of one option. And then after that, like Sigilif, we can kind of set up on if he decides to bring it, because it'll try and do the Flame Orb shenanigans, or set up itself, and that's not going to do much to us either. Or Sawk isn't going to do much to us. And then after that, he can poison us, he can toxic us and put a timer on us, but like we're still going to put a huge hole into it. So I figured, Zardex, we'll just bring it this week. I'm hoping they'll pull off, and we'll go from there. We'll see how it goes. So if you guys remember from the week 1, we brought in Zardex, we D-Dance, and he had a Scarf Latias. He proceeded Dragon Pulse and he killed us. Done. So Zardex didn't even get a chance to shine in week 1 match. This time I said I am not dealing with that. I'm bringing an Assault Vest, a Azumarill, to take whatever hit this thing wants to throw at us, and I'm going to kill this. The Latias wants to throw at us, and I'm going to kill it with a Play Rough or something else. I'm not dealing with it this week. I'm bringing the Azumarill to deal with it straight up. Another way to deal with Infernape. Infernape for me is definitely coming, and we have so many ways to deal with it. It's not even funny. I probably have over prepped for it. I know the Rosary and Tentacruel kind of checked this thing greatly. I don't suppose we get Zen Headbutt, do we? Instead of Knockoff. Do we get Zen Headbutt? No, we don't. Do we get any Psychic type move? No, we don't. So it has to be Knockoff. If that's the case, like, I'm assuming he's going to bring the Rosary or the Tentacruel, and at that point we can proceed to Knockoff and kind of cripple a little bit. The Jolteon is a bit of a threat to us too, but with huge power Aqua Jet and a little bit of prior damage on the Jolteon, that's not an issue. Hunter, you know, I still don't understand why he's the Hunter there. I don't think he does that much for him, but he's got a Hunter, he's got the Knockoff should be able to deal with that. And boy, he's got so many psychic, he's got so many poison types. It's one of the reasons why I don't see why he just drops it for something else. It is with the Sock beautifully. Lantern he can kind of take one hit from the Lantern and proceed to Play Rough it, and if that's the only way we can have him dealing with Lantern, so be it. And to be honest, a lot of what came down to my last Mon was down because we haven't covered for the Lantern or the Chinchino, and that was the reason why we put in Cough Figures. So Azuma's main job was to deal with the Latias and a little bit more coverage as well, a little bit more offensive power, but the main job for Mac Daddy is simply put to stop the Lantern a little bit. We're especially bulky this time. We have Will-O-Wisp, Haze, Knockoff, and Destiny Bond. So strange set. I have the Knockoff because Knockoff is a great move, and I'm seeing if I can knock off a couple of items and slow him down a little bit, great. Will-O-Wisp to deal with the Mega Metagross, burn a few more of his threats as well. It'd be all good. The more the merrier. Haze to stop setup on Mac Daddy. I can see setup coming from a mile away. I'm not dealing with it. Straight up, Haze gone. No setup is happening on Mac Daddy. End of. And I have Destiny Bond if I see something unfolding. If I see the opportunity to stop them. If the Metagross comes in and I landed it with Destiny Bond and I'm at range for him to kill me, he can't touch me. He just cannot touch me, and I can just I can cripple it with a Will-O-Wisp, I can haze it, I can do something else. But if I can land the Destiny Bond and kind of pause him for a second, great. And if the Configurus goes down and takes another Mon down with him, that's even better. If I'm at the point where I'm burned and I'm losing health and I'm going down slowly, great. I'm still undecided if I want to put. See, I'm still leaning towards Pain Split. I'm kind of stuck on it. Do I want Destiny Bond or Pain Split? Oh, I definitely do want Haze. No, I actually want Pain Split. I want to keep this thing alive for as much as possible because the Mummy kind of stops the Metagross from touching me that much as well. So yeah, that's the team. I found it very difficult to build for Meng this week. I really did. Like his team is really good against mine. It's very, very good against mine. It was like his OU core, like just is very tough to deal. Like it kind of stops my OU core very well. So, like obviously the Steel Fairy Dragon is a supreme core. It's a fantastic core, and he's got one, and it's up there with mine, and it's very, very tough to deal with, and I'm not looking forward to dealing with it. And his UU picks are very, very good too. Like I said at the start, I think Starman and Solar Panel are going to put a lot of the offensive pressure on. Still don't think. Well, I can see him bringing rocks on one rock type move on the Inferno because he said it after the first game that Inferno can get the rock slide in this, Stone Age. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I didn't see it bring it. I see him bring it this week because I've highlighted it that I can sit up on the Inferno and I can see him bring it this week. you know, after that, you know, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a very, very tough battle. And I can see Meng winning this very easy because he's drafted so well. But I think we can kind of steal one. So that's the team. Hope it works out. Very, very nervous about this battle, but you know, hopefully it'll be fine. If you like today's video and you want to show some support for your Wexford Wailords, please click like down below. We are in severe pressure now. It's the end of the season. We're under some severe pressure to actually, to stay in playoffs position. We have Mike from the Pittsburgh Thunderbolts breathing down our necks. If one loss from us, you know, kind of puts us within like one game of each other. So it's very much like pressure on, and he's got 2 buys as well because of people dropping out in the league. So he's very much like kind of very hot on our heels. We kind of need to, you know, keep the pressure on by winning. I think there was like chat going on in the league, and it said in our division, the 3 clutch games, I'm in all 3 of them because I'm tied. I'm that high up. I'm in like 3 of the clutch games between Meng, David, and Mike. So it's kind of the case now where like all my interdivision games are clutch this week. All of them are clutch. So for the rest of the season. So yeah, pressure's on, but we should be fine. So yeah, yet again, like I said, please click like on the video if you enjoyed it, and if you have any ideas about or like any suggestions about what you want me to do with the team for this season, let me know. I know I haven't used it money yet. It will be used at some point. It's there, and I have thought about using it once or twice. It's just that this week it doesn't match up well. It just does not match up well. It's got like his OU core just was mine. End of. So yeah, and if you want to see more of the UGBC, please click subscribe. And if you want to see more of my content, please click subscribe as well. And on that note, you guys, I'll see you next time.